Yes, I stole the title of a famous book for the title of this video. Otherwise, these are entirely my own thoughts on the subject. Hi, I'm Vincent, and in today's video I unravel the habits that are common to highly creative people. It is a well-known saying that creativity is like a muscle. It will get stronger the more you train it. The more push-ups you will do, the easier it will get to do more of them. Same goes with creativity. The more you use your creative skills, the more creative you will become. Also, I see creativity as a process. It is not a verb. It is a process that leads to new ideas and solutions, often driven by a problem or an opportunity. And processes can be learned. So in principle, everyone can be a creative person. Or better yet, everyone is born creative. People are schooled out of it. So here's my list of 7 habits of highly creative people. Creative people are fearless. Or better expressed, they resist fear. They are brave because they know they will fail. Often, they know they will encounter drawbacks and limitations. They know the harshness of a blank page. They have to embrace everything new, like new technologies, new information, new ideas, but still, that doesn't throw them off or stop them from creating. So I'd say they are brave, conquering uncharted areas and slay the dragons of the future with weapons of imagination. Creative people are constantly practicing their skills. Going to art class will teach you how to sharpen a pencil and mix blue and yellow paint to be green. And following 10 tutorials on YouTube might teach you how to play a minor C on a guitar. But this knowledge, I think you'll agree, does not make you a second Rembrandt or Jimi Hendrix. Creative people are constantly honing their skills on their tools, on their instruments. They tweak them, they live with them, aimlessly repeating chords on the same scale or doodling the same perfect circle over and over and over again will hone your abilities as a creative. Knowing what you want to draw isn't the creative part. The ability to actually draw what you want is. Creatives are always working on multiple projects. Strongly put, creative people have an inability to dismiss an idea. Leonardo da Vinci is known to have worked on the Mona Lisa for about 20 years. He started. He wasn't pleased. He studied anatomy. He started again, still wasn't pleased. He studied biology, and in going on and doing so, he was able to portray what he envisioned 20 years earlier. But mind you, during this 20-year period, this wasn't the only thing he worked on, of course. Always working on several projects ensures that the creative flow keeps going. Keep the muscle fit, so to say. Working on different projects also creates distance from those projects. You're less likely to hyper-nurture one single project. Because if it fails, and it probably does, you feel like you fall into an abyss of nothingness. Always having something else in mind helps to keep a professional distance from your projects. Highly creative people are known to finish what they started. Being inventive, but not finishing the project, doesn't feel right to a creative person. They are not quitters. Finishing your creations more or less proves that you are creative. A project might be put on hold, but when the opportunity arises, it will be finished, unless they are told otherwise. To a creative, problems don't exist. I am convinced that problems always have a solution, else there wouldn't be a problem. When you have this mindset, a problem becomes an opportunity to improve or learn. So when anyone says to a creative person, yeah, but there's one problem with that, the creative person knows his work is almost done. Creative people also are gatherers, collectors. Being creative is often described as relating to or involving the use of the imagination or original ideas to create something. Now, this kind of suggests that a creative person can create without any context or experience. But that's not the case. 99.9% of all creations are offspring of other existing ideas. What I mean is, you take one word and marry it to another word, like pretzel and donut. You get a pretzel donut. And that's a great idea, and totally original. Or at least it demonstrates how two different experiences give rise to originality. Now, in order to find these potential combinations, to keep the flow of inspiration going, so to speak, creative people tend to collect a large variety of stuff. Material samples, color combinations, books, magazines. Their Pinterest collections are huge and filled with all sorts of random stuff that at some point in time felt inspirational. I am constantly deciding whether I should hit my Pinterest save button or if I allow myself to forget it. Now, being able to actually feel a type of fabric or wood or plastic, holding it against the sunlight, and yes, even smelling it, creates a waterfall of possibilities that later will find their way into my creations. For creative people, constraints are liberating. I've come to the last habit in this list, and that feels great. The truth, of course, is that there are many more habits that you can think of that support your creativity. Waking up early or working late at night, only use blue pencils on gray paper, only work at a Mac computer, or even putting on your lucky socks to propel your creative endeavors. Putting up these constraints is actually liberating. This has everything to do with the fact that it is hard to solve a question that has no direction. Create something. Anything. Think about it. That's hard. When a creative professional is creating for clients, they have a lot of questions. They are on the lookout to find the constraints of the project, the limits of the project. Having constraints in the form of demands, wishes, goals, and deadlines are a great base to take off of. Like, make a drawing. Already, that is a lot clearer as to what is expected. Make a drawing with a red pencil on white paper of a blue triangle that has 4 sides. Now, there's a challenge. If you liked what you saw, make sure you leave a thumbs up. And while you're there, subscribe to this channel to get more videos about design and creativity and what it can do for your organization. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.